Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Luke, and, well, I'm about to do a new reaction, as I always do every day. I film new content every single day, but this one's a little bit different. This isn't my reaction to the next episode in one of the many TV shows that I'm currently reacting to, or something related to another content series that I'm doing that someone's asked for or that I've decided needs doing. No, this is related to something that happened on the 13th of July 2024, which, in my opinion at least, is one of the most disgusting, despicable, and downright just awful things that I've ever seen in my life. Now, I was born in 1996. I've been alive as a British man in the West for 27 years, and I've seen some truly awful things. I was alive during 9/11. I was alive during the rise of ISIS and all the terrorist attacks that have happened in the UK. I was alive during the Sandy Hook mass shooting in America, the one in Las Vegas, the shooting in the gay nightclub it was in Canada. I can't remember exactly where it was. Many, many things have happened. Osama bin Laden, the first black president. Yeah, so many things have happened in the last 27 years, and I've been alive to bear witness to all of them. But this particular occurrence was just, I wasn't surprised, okay? I kind of knew that something like this was due to happen, because this election coming up in America is one of the most important in history, and whoever wins, there is going to be a considerable volatile reaction from the side that is on the losing end of this election. Now, as for what happened, we all know what happened. Some psychopath tried to murder the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, in broad daylight, in public, in front of thousands of people attending the rally, and no doubt millions of others watching at home. And this shooter missed by millimeters. And the only reason the bullet missed Donald Trump is because he turned his head like that much a second before the bullet went past him. If he hadn't have turned his head, it would have gone right through the side of his temple and no doubt killed him. Donald Trump would have been killed live on television for the whole world to see, and, well, in my mind, there's no doubt in my mind that it would have sparked something in America, the likes of which we haven't seen since the 19th century. And the reaction to this has been, well, for me, it's been a pretty mask-off moment for the reaction from the left. People literally filming themselves, either driving or at home, saying that they are genuinely disappointed that the shooter missed. I mean, I don't know which ones you've seen, but the one that stood out for me was the video of a woman. She looked under 30 years old. She's driving her car and she is screaming psychotically, saying, "We were a second away, we were a centimetre away from the problem being over. I swear to God, I bet it's a white man who missed." Like, you know, it's been unbelievable. It's been absolutely disgusting, and it's exposed so many people on that side of the political spectrum for what they really are. Now, it's no surprise to me. I know that's what these people are like. There was a similar event a few years ago where I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think the Las Vegas shooting garnered a similar reaction because it was a country music festival. There was people leftists on Twitter saying, "I bet most of the people killed were Republicans or Donald Trump voters, so I'm not sad about it." sort of thing. The videos are out there showing proof of this. I've seen them. But one particular reaction, which is the basis for my video today, is Tom MacDonald. He has written a song in reaction to the event. And from what I've been able to gather online, he heard about the assassination attempt on the news whilst he was in bed. And then he got out of bed, and 12 hours later, he had this entire song written, music video, shot and edited and put together, ready to be published, and then uploaded this to YouTube within 12 hours of him finding out about this. So, for me, that's already pretty incredible. It's number 17 on trending for music in the world, has 3.1 million views already, 337,000 likes. So I'm going to listen to this, see what he says. Now, Tom MacDonald, politically, he's quite centrist, but more in favour. The things that he speaks from the perspective of a more right-wing inclined person, which is why I like him. But I can't wait to hear what he says in this. So, without much further ado, this is my reaction to Tom MacDonald, You Missed. Let's go. And I have the lyrics ready in a separate tab on Genius in case I need to double check anything he says. Let's do this. Oh, and I have my Tom MacDonald merch on as well. As always. With a Tom MacDonald video, I always do that. Anyway, the events that took place yesterday are a horrifying example of political extremism in America. Yes, they are. The kind of political extremism the left accuses people on the right of exhibiting, yet they are the ones who do most of that themselves. Antifa, the riots in numerous American cities for a particular political organisation which will remain nameless for the sake of censorship. You know what I mean. During a rally, shots were fired in an attempt on Donald Trump's life. Yes, they were. They missed. Yes, they did.
They burning the country down with their progressiveness. It started with changing what gender is, then graduated to you're racist if you think that your life matters and your skin don't have melanin. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. They want men to pretend that they're feminine. They don't want an election, they got so offended by freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot? Innocent people. Thought y'all were tolerant.
Okay. So, very early in, so far I like what I'm hearing. Yeah. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. That sounds like a bit, quite, an enlightened bar for Tom to say. For me, that's not what I got from this. I've always known that the woke movement, there's a serious amount of evil motivation behind particular sections of the woke and progressive movement. You know, from the kind of content that I consume online, I see it every day. You know, the commentators that I watch, they don't just talk about it either. They show proof, you know, posts from people, videos, comments, statements, and yeah, a lot of what those movements, the people involved in those movements do and say are quite evil. But he also said, you know, burning the country down with their progressiveness, I mentioned that, started with changing what gender is, then graduated to you're racist if you think that your life matters and your skin doesn't have melanin. Again, very, very true. During that whole movement, if a white person even suggested the idea of shouldn't every person's life matter, you were shot down as a racist. You know? You weren't, and a white supremacist, even though you weren't saying, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this, we matter more. No, that's not what they were saying. They were saying every person's life should matter equally. Isn't that what you people I mean on the left, not black people. People on the left claim that what they want is equality and everyone to be the same. But as soon as people started saying all life should matter, you were a racist white supremacist. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. It's a bit of an old thing from back then, but it's still relevant today. They don't want peace, they want skeletons. That's true. Again, the left, more often than any other people on the right, or libertarians, centrists, they are the ones doing the violent stuff in the streets. They're the one burning down the streets, beating Antifa, literally beat up white people that were on the streets during their marches who, shouted back at them saying, go home, just because they were there. And there was an old man, he was white, they beat him up and literally used his skin colour as a way to insult him while they were beating the crap out of it. I'm pretty sure they killed someone as well during one of their protests, that are mostly peaceful, of course. They got so offended by freedom that they just tried killing the president. That's true. And again, the media, they have a hand in this as well. For the last 8 years, they've been saying that Trump is the new Hitler. He's the American Hitler. I mean, and then they act like they're surprised when someone tries to murder him. You've been drilling it into the heads of young, impressionable, liberal, left-wing people that he's Adolf Hitler of the 21st century, and then you're surprised when one of them tries to murder him. If he'd have died, the media would have blood on their hands, and it wouldn't be the first time. Yep, Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. Exactly. You know who got shot? Innocent people. And that's another thing I want to mention. In those videos from these psychotic left-wing psychopaths, literally showing how disappointed and gutted they are that Trump wasn't killed, they don't say anything about Corey Compatore, the innocent fireman who was killed shielding his wife and daughter. I haven't seen one of them mention him. And don't even get me started on Destiny. I'm going to do a separate video on that piece of fucking shit. You watch this space. I'm doing a separate video about him. He is disgusting. I've heard what he said. He literally said, fuck him. Fuck the fireman who was killed protecting his family. I'm doing a separate video on him. Keep an eye out for it.
Freedom that they just try killing the president. I used to think that the woke were misguided, but now I can see that they're evil. Twitter is angry that Trump isn't dead. You know who got shot?
Innocent people.
Thought y'all were tolerant, thought we were equals. I thought you valued how everyone feels. Then why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa?
Oh, yes! He said it! He said it! He said it! Thought you were tolerant, thought we were equals, thought you valued how everyone feels. And now they're literally celebrating that someone tried to kill Trump, publicly, physically angry that he didn't get killed, and some of them are even celebrating the fact that an innocent person did get killed. But hashtag be kind, hashtag feelings matter, hashtag mental health. But whenever something happens to a person who's even slightly conservative, this is what happens. This is how they react. They are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. They've been the new trend for the left is to label anybody slightly right-wing as a violent extremist. They've even gone so far as to label some people actually involved in politics that are right-wing extremist terrorists or potential terrorists. And look what they're doing. There was a young boy, I think he was from Northumberland, 12, 13 years old. He was put on a terror watch list because he publicly said on his Facebook page that he's gay, not queer, and that there's only two genders. He was classed as a terrorist for saying there are only two genders. A 12-year-old boy. And they call us the terrorists. And they call us fascists. You know what they call the kind of people who, like, if someone says something that they don't agree with, and then the first reaction the powers that be have towards that is to lock them away or put them in some situation that means that they have no power. That's fascism. You know, it's rampant hypocrisy on a scale that has never been witnessed before.
Everyone feels, then why are y'all celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa? Thank God the left.
Most of them probably are.
Then why are y'all
or at least support them.
Celebrating an attempted assassination like you're part of Antifa? Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the
Thank God the left can't aim. True.
home of the brave.
Thank you, God. Amen.
Antifa. Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed. Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight? Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed.
Bitch, you missed.
There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock 'em.
You missed. Yeah, you missed. Always remember that. You missed, bitch.
Up in a cage. Now you trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed. Told us trust the science, but it never made sense to me. Why would we put all our trust in the enemy? Millions of people are hooked on amphetamines. They're making billions on untested remedies. Borders are open to people with felonies. Biden can't stop them. He don't have the energy. Y'all want to kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy? I tried to give.
Oh, wow, I like that. That is so quotable and memeable. Someone needs to make a meme with that lyric right there. You want to kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy. That is such a great quote. That needs to be put on a fucking meme right now and shared everywhere. That is great. Also glad that he mentioned immigration at the border, open border in America. I think the figure is up to 18 million illegal immigrants now since Biden took over. 18 million. That's bigger than the population of all but, I think, 8 states in America. You know, we complain in the UK that last year we had the highest amount. It was 3.4 million immigration visas in total issued. That's not just elite, that's all immigration in total. 3.4 million. But 18 million, that is crazy. You know, that's like, well, I was going to say that's 1/3 of the population of the UK, but that's not actually true, because I don't believe the population of the UK is the official figure given by the government or the ONS or whatever. They say it's about 68 million, but Tesco, based on how much product they sell, the consumption index, and also, you know, like the managing directors of all the sewage companies and the water companies, all basically agree on a figure of around 90 million in the UK now. So, but still, yeah, 18 million. That is ridiculous, isn't it? Where are those people? Where have they gone? And how has it happened? You know, I mentioned it during a video a couple of weeks ago. I think that was another Tom MacDonald reaction, that they got intelligence that ISIS members had crossed the border illegally. So Joe Biden came up with a plan where he was going to get tough on immigration. He was going to cut down the amount of people allowed to cross the border illegally to, was it 2,000 a day? Something like that. You know, yeah, it cannot be overstated just how America needs Biden out and someone with values similar to Trump to take over for the next 4 years at least, just to get control of this shit show. You know, it is true. You won't agree with me. I know there's people on my channel with certain political ideations and beliefs that contradict mine, but I just can't get into the head of anybody who believes the level of immigration that we're seeing in the UK and America are seeing over there in America is a good thing. A good thing for who? How is 18 million illegal immigrants being poured into your country in less than a decade a good thing. What's it good for? The operative word being illegal immigrants. So they've already broken the law. They're willing to be criminals just to get into the country. What are they going to do when they're there? You know, these are the questions you have to ask. I'm not saying that every illegal immigrant is going to be a criminal when they get there. But you need to remember that illegal immigrants means that those people have been perfectly willing and have broken into a country. They've invaded a country. They've broken the law and become a felon just by their method of entry into that country. These are things we need to talk about. So that's why I just can't understand why they think this is a good thing. How is it a good thing? Good for who? Who's this going to benefit? And I saw the speech at the Republican National Convention. I think it was Ted Cruz. He was giving examples of people who had been murdered and the R word by people. There was one, I think, was it a 12-year-old girl who was, and murdered. That word, and murdered, by someone who'd been deported 6 times already. Either that or it was by someone who was on what was supposed to be detained by immigration control, but they'd let him go. You know, I know, again, you're going to say, oh, it's an isolated example, but the amount of these cases is very high. It's just something I believe isn't talked about enough on the left, and their only explanation for it is, oh, well, you know, excuses, progressive excuses. They never have a good explanation for it or a good excuse. Not one that I've heard, anyway. I'm just saying, these are things we need to talk about. You know, this is your country. This is where you live. This is where your children are going to live and grow up. And then their children are going to live and grow up here. What kind of country do you want it to be when they're doing that and their children are living? Just, you know, common sense has died out on the left so much.
They're making billions on untested remedies. Borders are open to people with felonies. Biden can't stop them, he don't have the energy. Y'all wanna kill the man trying to fight for a better tomorrow by making him Kennedy? I tried to give y'all a chance, like maybe the left isn't nuts. I was wrong, cause y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along. Wanna protest?
Oh, wow. Someone mentioned this to me, that during this song, Tom has like an awakening moment. But I didn't believe it, but he's just said it. I tried to give y'all a chance, like maybe the left isn't nuts. I was wrong, because y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along. Wow. Welcome to the right side of history, Tom. Glad to have you with us. Fucking men. Thank you. That's all I've got to say about that. Always nice to have a new member, especially when it's Tom.
Cause y'all are exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were all along. Wanna protest? Go hard. Wanna burn flags? Go off. But y'all are so triggered that you're pulling triggers at presidents. Y'all the terrorists when you're armed.
Exactly.
Thank God the left can't aim. Thank God the right don't riot. Welcome to the home of the brave. Freedom ain't afraid of violence. You wish you was dying? Bitch, you missed.
Bitch, you missed.
Thank God the left can't aim. Why can't we just shoot straight?
By the way, that's for Mr. Crooks. Oh no, wait. He's dead. He can't see me doing this. Oh, sorry. Hope it's not too hot in hell.
Y'all are going insane. Bitch, you missed.
Oh, wait, I do.
There's no one else you can blame. Tried to lock him up in a cage. Now you're trying to kill what you hate. Bitch, you missed.
See, it's not nice when someone talks like that, is it? Now imagine how the family of Corey feel when they watch your videos on TikTok screaming that the bullet missed Trump and not even mentioning their father, husband, son, uncle, nephew, brother. And the other two that got injured. No mention at all. It's just all about Trump. They missed. Trump didn't die. I mean, we can... I wouldn't normally do this during a reaction video, but, you know, it does have to be said. Funny also how left-wing people have suddenly become the conspiracy theorists. They call people on the right conspiracy theorists, but they'll expect to be believed when they say that this was all a set-up, a planned hoax type thing. This video is going to be quite long, isn't it? Oh, do you know what? Forget it. Yeah, so that was Tom MacDonald's song that he wrote, made a video for, and produced in 12 hours after finding out about the assassination attempt. And definitely felt like an awakening moment for Tom, because he has always been very centrist, on the fence. And I understand why he's trying to do that, you know, because if he did go hardline right, it would be detrimental to his career and his success. I mean, with him being a centrist all this time up to now, he's been vilified and all but cancelled and, you know, treated like he's dangerous and whatever. And I'm not saying that just because he said those things in this song that this means he's now basically announcing himself as fully right-wing. I'm not saying that either. But it was nice to hear him say the things that so many other people have known for so long about the woke movement. You know? You can see that they're evil, and I was wrong. You're exactly as crazy as every conservative person I know said you were, all along. I really like those. Again, the line about Kennedy, really liked that. Very quotable, as I said. Make a meme out of it. It was also quite a short song, 2 minutes 18 seconds, but had a great impact as well. So that's a testament to how well structured and how well put together it was. But yeah, he just encapsulated what so many people in America I know must be feeling right now. Yeah. He did a great job. He did a great job of capturing the moment and the feeling of so many people. Said all the right things. Crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. Even though I haven't known it was going to happen, like I was saying, this is definitely going to happen. But I expected... I was in the position of, if something like this happens in the future, it won't be as surprising as when 9/11 happened, or the Las Vegas shooting happened, or the Westminster Bridge attack. Well, no, that wasn't a surprise, because terrorist attacks were happening quite regularly then. We knew another one was coming, but the things in America that happened that I just mentioned before, the bridge attack, yeah, it was like that. It wasn't like those things. But even though, having said that, it is still like, wow, so this is where we are now. We have someone trying to murder a former president in broad daylight, in public, in front of thousands of people. Just like that, you know? But anyway, yeah, regarding this event, it's very historic and important to talk about. And if you would like me to, I don't mind making more videos relating to this. I mean, there's a lot to go over. There's the reaction from the left, the collective left, that I would definitely like to expand more on and check out more of, because I haven't seen all the reactions, just the most prominent. The woeful negligence from the Secret Service, the fact that there were people at the rally filming the guy climbing up the fucking roof 40 minutes before the shooting even happened and shouting at police officers around them, telling them there's a guy on the roof. Definitely want to talk about that, or check out other videos about that. Yeah, if you'd like me to do content based on this, I'll definitely do it, because this is something, this is a historical event. So if you want to see more content based on this, I'm happy to do it. But anyway, there you go. Tom MacDonald, you missed. He did a great job. Ironically, he didn't miss with this. Mind you, he never does. But yeah, I think it's a pretty apt statement to make in the circumstances of the name of the song and what happened on July the 13th. Yep. Because the shooter missed, but Tom didn't. So, well done to Tom. Great job. As I said, thank God that the shooter missed. Massive respect to Donald Trump for getting up seconds after being pinned down on the ground by all the agents, raising his fist in the air and shouting fight, showing defiance and strength. I mean, the day after, he was out and about talking to people, engaging with the public on a golf course. I mean, it's not confirmed, but someone said that that's what he was doing. A leftist posted about it, saying he's a piece of shit for going to play golf the day after. What would you like him to do? What do you want him to do? You know, these people, you can't reason with these people. But yeah, I cannot believe how he's responded to it himself. He's nearly 80 years old, and he was at the RNC a couple of days after another public event where there's thousands of people, and he doesn't know if there isn't someone else there with a gun giving a speech. I haven't watched the speech, but yeah, just true defiance, strength in the face of danger, and so someone tried to murder him. You know, think about that. Someone tried to murder you, shoot you in public. Would you be at another public event 2 days later? Or would you be at home with the door locked, the curtains closed, lying on the sofa, shaking in trauma and crying your eyes out, scared to even go back outside? Don't deny that you wouldn't. Because most people would, especially in this current age of emotional incontinence. But yeah, that's that. So, sorry it's been so long, but I've got a lot to say on this topic. It's so angering, frustrating to me that this even happened. And the reaction to it, these people are despicable. And don't twist my words. I'm not labelling everybody on the left what I've just said, because I know that that's not the case. One of my best fans on this channel is someone who describes himself as left-wing. He's been one of my most active supporters in terms of the people who either pay for my content on Patreon or send me cash donations through Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal. He's the one who's sent me the largest frequent donations out of everybody. You know, he's incredible. I love that man. He's a legend to me in my community. He's a legend in my community. I'm just saying the people who outed themselves as what they did when they made those videos and tweets, those are the leftists I'm talking about. But I am also saying that a lot of people on that side are also like that. Just look at the amount of likes the post saying it's a shame he's not dead are getting. They're getting a lot of traction. So those people are the ones I'm talking about, but not all leftists are despicable, disgusting scumbags. They're just not. I can say that, but I bet a leftist wouldn't say the same. Those leftists wouldn't say the same about people on the other side. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. So I hope you enjoyed this. No doubt I'll lose a few subscribers for this because I spoke common sense, truth, facts sort of thing, and that upsets people these days, you know. But what can you do? A few people did ask me to do this. I had messages saying you need to react to this song. And people, before I made the post on the community post, people were asking, why haven't you said anything about the Trump assassination attempt yet? So I put that post on the community tab. So there are people who want me to talk about this. So this is my second thing talking about this event. So there you go. Hey, that's my opinion on this song, and with an extended discussion of everything that I've talked about in this video. So, yep, please like and subscribe if you're new. And comment below if you would like me to check out any particular content related to the event. Or any other Tom MacDonald songs you'd like me to check out. If you'd like to request a specific reaction, you can do through a PayPal donation of £2. Yeah, £2, so that'd be about, what, $3, $4, I don't know. Cheap. And you can also join the Patreon for $1 a month, and you do get access to exclusive content for that. Cheapest in the entire reaction community. You can guarantee that. If you don't believe me, go and try and prove it yourself. You won't. I mean, disprove it. You won't. You won't disprove it. It is the cheapest Patreon membership where you get access to actual content in the entire reaction community. I can guarantee that because I made sure it was. And you know how else I know that? Because Patreon doesn't allow you to price a tier any cheaper than $1 a month. So I know. Patreon can back me up on that. But that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. So until then, take care and good night.